Hollyoaks spoilers, horror as Holly Cunningham is raped by Nick Savage. Nick Savage's horrific attitude towards women and consent rears its ugly head again in upcoming Hollyoaks, which leads to a traumatic ordeal for Holly Cunningham as he rapes her. Fans of the soap know that Nick has already sexually abused Ellie Nightingale by sleeping with her when she was too drunk to give consent, but Holly has thus far stood by Nick. At his graduation party, things explode out of hand when Zach Loveday lets slip that he and Holly share a kiss. Nick's level of anger leaves the rest of the guests shocked and uncomfortable, and, back home, Holly is distinctly uncomfortable and nervous being around him. Nick meanwhile wants to put it behind them and repeatedly pushes Holly to have sex, even though she clearly doesn't want to. Afterwards, Nick is again oblivious to the fact that he has committed a criminal and deplorable act, but Holly knows what happened to her was wrong. She did not give consent and this was rape. As she later opens up to Ellie about what happened, they pair have a heart-to-heart. Will Holly summon the strength to leave Nick, and will they go to the police? Speaking about the storyline, Amanda Clapham, who plays Holly, told us, she lashes out at Ellie blaming her, but eventually she gets upset and tells her what happened. Ellie tries to support her and help her process it as much as she can. She encourages her to speak to the police, but Holly is not ready for that as she still doesn't quite understand what has happened. With Ellie's help, she ends up telling her mom, which also helps her come to terms with it. She continued, Holly is just in a dilemma really. She doesn't know whether to take Ellie's advice and risk being in the same situation as Ellie where no one believes her, or just to keep quiet. The consent storyline has been running for some time, and Amanda told us that the show have been working closely with Rape Crisis and The Mix on getting it right. Explaining how vital an issue it is to cover, Amanda added, I think this storyline is really important for Hollyoaks to portray because there will be many viewers that have found themselves in similar situations and not known what to think or who to turn to. It is incredibly important for us to explain what consent is, and I think this story does that in such an identifiable way. Holly and Nick are a young couple, and some people before watching this may struggle to understand how rape can happen within a relationship, and I am hoping that as this storyline unfolds, this will become clearer. There will be viewers that don't understand or agree with Holly's response, but this is all the more reason to tell this story so we can keep talking about consent.